Hi guys, what's up? In this tutorial we'll talk about sound design and see how to use the Kepler engine from scratch to create some new sounds. Let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I would like to start with the Synth Designer. For example, I created this sound. To create this sound, I started from scratch, so no preset. Now I would like to explain how to create something like that, or maybe something of different, just to understand very well that this is a library, of course, with a lot of presets, you know, but if you start from the init instance of the instruments and you start from scratch, you can create a lot of different sound. Okay, for example, I really like this keys, this particular sound. I'm just doing some test here, so I created just this simple part with, for example, also some hybrid vocals from Atlantis 3.5. For example, I like this this kind of sound, also layered, for example, with some hybrid vocals. Pretty cool, a modern sound, still cinematic, but is that kind of sound, in my opinion, that you can see or you can listen to also in some Netflix TV show. If you want to start from scratch, I suggest to start from init category, hybrid instruments, and in this case I would like to use the Synth Designer. Well, now when you load the Synth Designer, you start with this sound, which is one layer. Pay attention that there is the polyphonic aftertouch activated, so if your keyboard doesn't support the polyphonic aftertouch, set to off. Okay, I love this this sound, by the way. Now let me see how I can create something like maybe the sound that I've created before, which is a sort of keyboard key sound, you know. So if you click on the layer 1, you can see a lot of samples, a lot of sound sources, sound elements. Let me start with the first one. Well, let me remove a little bit the effect here, the reverb, the delay, and maybe now I would like to set to off the drive. Well, now I would like to set the learn range of this layer with full range. Same thing with layer 2, so I click learn range, I assign all the range on my keyboard, the same with the layer 3. Okay, when you see this color orange, this means that you have all the 3 layers on the same range. I would like to start with this key 04. Let me activate the arpeggiator. I want this setting here, polyphonic. Then I try with this rate 1/4, and I would like just a simple step configuration, so just 2 steps. So click on. With the duration, you set the duration of the steps, of course. I would like to automate the offset. When I customize some sound, in particular when I use the arpeggiator, sometimes I would like to create this kind of movement, and this works very well when you have a sample which is long. In particular with the Synth Designer works very well, and also with the Texture Designer, where we have a lot of long samples. When you are using the arpeggiator and at the same time you create an automation on the offset, you are creating a more organic and a more movement inside the sound, you know, like to a little bit to a round robin configuration. When you do this, pay attention to the attack, because of course if you set the attack to 0, you have this click that in some situation can be also nice, but now I don't want this click sound. So I set the attack with a little bit of more attack time. I could automate this offset with my keyboard, because with the MIDI learn you can click learn MIDI control change automation, and then you can move with any MIDI controller. But I would like to use the macro, so I click on macro 1, I set the steps to 4, I set the step all to 0 for now, and I click on the drop down menu and I select offset 1, CCC 41. So remember that there are a lot of MIDI control change that are assigned. Indeed, if you click on the interface, for example, in this case on the offset, you can see these for example 41. So please do not remove the default MIDI control change. I click OK. When you use the macro, please go in play. Well, now I create a little bit of movement with the macro, just a bit, like this way, and now you can see that the offset is moving. Now the sound is much more interesting, in my opinion. Let me try to add a bit of space. you can play a bit with the psycho pitch. I'm using also the compressor. Let me try to add a bit of drive, saturation. We have a lot of different algorithms. Okay, sounds nice. Now I try to add another layer. Let me try with another key on layer 2. Remember that if you want to listen to in solo the layer, click on this icon. Again, I have the poly aftertouch to on, I set to off. I do the same on the layer 2, so I click on macro, I set the macro 2 on offset 2, and I do something like that, maybe a bit different, but this is not so important. I click OK. So I like this sound. Maybe I record this part. Remember, when you are using the arpeggiator, there is a little bit of latency. So if you want to have a perfect timing, this is the value to add to your track delay, so minus 30, so you have a perfect timing. Now let me try to duplicate this track, and now I try to create some other sound from scratch. Let me try with some drum kit. I start with drum kit 1. This is the case where I have a little bit of a click, so I use the attack to 0 to have this click sound, which is nice with some hybrid percussion, you know. And maybe I I change the ratio, I change the speed of the offset. This way I have more movement. A bit of drive. There is also a transient shaping here. To customize a bit the sound. Let me try another kit. Let me try with this sound. Okay, maybe I create another track. I would like only the kick here. Okay, I duplicate this track from the drum kit, and now let me play a bit with the snare. You can use the arpeggiator also like a glitch machine, because if you set with a very fast rate, you can create something like that. This is a nice use of the arpeggiator in a little bit more creative way, but if you would like to create this glitch sound, you can do also something of more complex with the slice page of Kepler. Here we have a specific engine for each layers. Of course, we have the slice, and we have the granular reverse engine. Now I show you, and here same thing. I can automate all these sliders and switcher with my MIDI control change. I can assign these keys on the slice button. Let me try with the arpeggiator on in this case. I can automate also these controllers here, so I can okay, let me record the part. So for example, this is my MIDI control change to activate the slice. For example, I can do something like that. On this beat, I want the yeah, now I try to also to automate the level of the layer to create a little bit of gating effect, you know. So I set level 1 fast, and so close, open, close, open. Maybe more steps. Maybe, yeah, 16. A little bit random, let me try. Yeah, I'm using just this sound, which is a bit of like a noise. Let me try if I use a sound, another sound. Well, like you can see, if you play a bit with the slice, the arpeggiator, all together, the macro, you can create a completely different sound. For example, in this case, maybe I can render in place this sound that I did, so I can edit a little bit, or maybe, and then I can create something else. Okay, I duplicate the first part, the first loop that I've created. Well, now I reopen again this part. Maybe I change the sound. I like this sound that I did. I do the same, render in place. So I'm using Kepler like a resampling machine, you know, to create new stuff. And you can do the same also with the other instrument. For example, let me try now starting with the chord designer, and I can try starting from a vocal pedal. Okay, same thing, I automate the slice here. Okay, so let me try and play. I like this sound. I rendering this sample, pretty cool. I record these keys. I quantize. Now I use this other sound that I've created before, but maybe I change the note order. Track delay because it's an arpeggiator. So it's pretty cool that all this sound here, these loops are absolutely new stuff that are not present in Kepler, because I've created from scratch using the slice engine. use another layer. Okay, cool. Now I would like to use let me try another Synth Designer. Now I start from maybe I start from a preset and Synth Designer one layer. Let me try this bass. Arpeggiator. Okay, I record this simple part. Nice. Let me try if I play a bit with the pitch bend. Alright guys, this was another example of how Kepler is a very flexible library that allows you to do many different things, many different styles, a lot of different possibilities. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Ciao!